Hey, Sarah, what's popping today?
Well, P. Diddy is what's popping today, and he has welcomed his 7th child to the world, a baby girl with a name that I absolutely adore. Her name is Love Sean Combs.
So, hold on one second. Who's he dating now?
Well, he's dating people.
I know
he has
Kim Porter was his first wife.
Yes. Well,
She
they were
died.
not married. She was the mother of his child.
Okay, she died.
Yes, she passed away in 2018 from pneumonia, and they have twin daughters together, and they have twin daughters that are 15 years old, a son called Christian, who is 24, and his oldest son, who is 31 years old, called Quincy Taylor Brown.
What about Sierra?
No, he never dated Sierra.
See, he did. It's
P.
me
Diddy?
and you. The girl
You're
who's-
not. That's not Sierra. That is what's her name? What's that beautiful girl's
Is that
name?
Sierra?
That's not Sierra. That's not Sierra. What's her name? Cassie.
Okay.
Cassie. They dated, but they don't have children together. They never had any children together. But he has now 3 other women he has children with, and each of the women is one child. But anyway, he did post to his social media, and he told us he has a baby girl now, and he didn't post who the mother is, and we do not know who the mother is at all.
Well, I guess babies are bundles of joy, the blessing. So I guess that can only mean good things for P. Diddy.
Yes, and he's in an open relationship with a lady called Young Miami from the group City Girls. And she was asked, because people thought it was her who had given birth. And she came to her social media and she said that no, it's not her. She's not the mother of this child. And she also went on to say that, and I quote, we date, we are dating, and we go to dates, and we go as friends, we go to church, we go to exotic locations, we go to strip clubs and do everything together, but we are not together.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everyone has a full understanding of the situation. So I'm guessing that, well, she's not a girlfriend, you say.
She's not. That's the thing. She says they're not exclusive together, but they date, but they're not together. And she says she cannot speak for P. Diddy and the mother of the child because that is their relationship, and she's aware of that relationship.
So it might be one of those relationships of convenience where, I mean, obviously, if it's the woman I'm thinking of, City Girls, this is like this newish female rap group.
Yeah.
I'm sure, they're new in the game, probably still need to be shown the ropes. And I guess you can't say that dating a P. Diddy would hurt you, right? I mean, you're going to get the cool contacts with producers, with record executives. Obviously, he's loaded, so you're going to have fun. So I can see how she would not mind dating P. Diddy under vague terms and, to not have things spelt out in the way that one might ordinarily want it, because at least she's benefiting somehow. And as to how that might impact her music career, well, let's see.
Well, R. Kelly is also what's popping, and I don't know if you heard. Well, it was alleged that he released a new album titled I Admit. That was as soon as it was released and put on Spotify and Apple Music, it was taken down. So allegedly in this song, I Did It, he goes on to allegedly what's the word? Confess that he did have relations with young girls. But anyway, a new official appearing R. Kelly collection, provocatively titled I Admit, appeared on streaming services including Spotify and Apple Music. And although representatives for Sony Music, which owns the rights to much of R. Kelly's catalog, they did stress that the album is an unofficial release and it did not come from them. And even though the copyright line on the album reads Legacy Records, which Sony Music catalog that owns as well.
Is he still under contract with them?
He still is.
Okay, now
Well, I don't contract meaning yes, they own his music. They own his catalog.
And is he committed to, because as I understand it correctly, with some of these record companies, they sign you on for several albums at a time or for a period of time. So obviously, I'm sure they did not anticipate that he'd get sent to jail.
Yeah.
Does that mean that he is still bound to them and
He's
he is
still very much bound to them.
obliged to But then now they're in a sticky situation out there because even if he does release any music, there's no way they're gonna feel okay to distribute it.
Of course.
And yet it would make money.
Now, R. Kelly's lawyer did also say that his camp is also not behind the release of that music either. And they went on to say that R. Kelly is having his intellectual property stolen from him. So we don't know who is releasing this music. R. Kelly's team says it's not him.
But do we know?
Lawyer says it's not him. Sony Music says it's not them either.
Okay, but first question: do we actually know that it was recorded within the jail? Is that
we
confirmed?
also don't know that. However, Sony Music went on to say that during the time when R. Kelly started getting a lot of problems with, his, sexual misconduct, business, that was around 2018 and 2019. He did record a lot of music, and there is a song titled "I Did It," but it's not saying what this song is saying. He's basically denying it. It's a song that he did.
The clip
was
that
not yet released. But the clip that we listened to, he's basically saying, this is what he said. Yes, I had relations with young ladies, but you guys calling it pedophilia is your opinion.
Now, that's where I guess he's being very dodgy about it because what does young ladies mean, right? And does it mean someone who is above 18? Does it mean someone who is 16? Does it mean someone who is 22? He seems to want to leave it up to interpretation, and I guess he's looking for the interpretation that suits his argument.
Of course, because he still says he's innocent, even though he was found guilty, and he's now currently serving a 30-year prison sentence after he was found guilty of multiple sexual misconduct cases, related charges in New York, but he's also awaiting trial in other jurisdictions. So he still has a trial in Illinois and other states.
Isn't it a shame Aaliyah isn't here with us anymore? Because I'm sure she would have had quite a story to tell. Because she's like one of the earliest instances of him behaving badly with minors.
Yes.
So I guess she took that one to the grave.
Well, his album was removed from Spotify and Apple Music as well, and it's not on any, leading streaming platforms.
Is it true it reached number 2 on Apple?
No.
Like
because
before
the minute it dropped, they took it down almost immediately. They took it down almost immediately because it is not that it wasn't about, say, even R. Kelly being cancelled or whatnot. It's because they are legal procedures to it, and Sony Music owns his music. So if Sony did not put it up, then who did? Somebody would be profiting off it, and then Apple and Spotify and all the streaming platforms would get into trouble for doing that. You
I guess it'll mostly circulate in the black market and in pirate sites and social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.